Pinapadalahan na natin ng sulat sino ba to? Ordinaryong tao ba yan? Vladimir Putin. Who is Putin? Hindi protein. Yan po. Si Putin. Siya po ang pinakamatalino at pinakamahusay, pinakamatapang na tao sa Russia. Ano sabi ni Putin? Lahat ng bibili ng diesel, gasolina sa amin sa Russia, hindi na namin tatanggapin kung wala kang backup na ginto o gold. Paano kayo ng Pilipinas? Hindi nyo pa pinaupo ang taong may karapatan pumirma para marinyo ang 239 countries na marinyo ang kanilang backup para makagawa ng mga currency. Ngayon, nirequest na ni Putin, wala ng bansa na bibili sa Russia ng gasolina at krudo na hindi backup ng ginto ang pera nila. Kasi ang pera sa Pilipinas, fiat money. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin? Ano ibig sabihin ng fiat money? Play money. Ano sabihin ng play money? Walang value. Subukan mo dalhin sa Hong Kong, sa Singapore, sa Japan, ibili mo yung pera dito, hindi kilala. Bakit? Kasi ang kanilang collateral ay ang mga Pilipino-Pilipina. Basahin yung inyong pera. Nakalagay doon. Ang salaping ito ay bayarin ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas at pinananagutan ng Republika ng Pilipinas. Sino ba yung Republika? Di ba tayo? Yan, niluluko lang tayo sa mga politiko-politiksan. Kaya dapat tiksan nyo, oy, wag na kayo kumandidato. Mahiya kayo. Hindi pa kayo qualified. Okay, so ito po. Yan, pinadadalhan natin ng sulat si Vladimir para diretso na dito sa ating makipag-communicate. Kasi tayong pinakamayaman sa oil, tayong pinakamayaman sa gasolina, tayong pinakamayaman sa krudo, at nandito sa atin ang deuterium na walang iba na pinakamayamang bansa sa buong mundo ang Pilipinas. Bakit naghihirap tayo? Bakit naghihirap kayo? Kayo ang may mali kasi binuto niyo mga tao, puro pangako. Pagkatapos na may upo, wala namang ginawa, kundi itaas ang amilyar ng lupa, itaas ang tax, itaas ang bilihin, itaas ang gasolina, itaas lahat ng bayarin. Wala kang trabaho, paano ka? Yan, nauna ka namatay. May pananagutan ba sila? Natuwa din, nabawasan daw ang populasyon. Pero hindi totoo. Tayo ang pinakamayaman, tayo ang pinakamahirap. Ay magbago na kayo, gumising na kayo mga guys. Okay, nandito na sa atin ang tao magbibigay ng solusyon. Okay, so ngayon darating na investiture, ito po yung ating gagawin. Ito po yun. Pakipakita mo lang. Yan po. Tulungan nyo na ang inyong sarili. Tutok mo lang dyan sa may cross na kanyang corona. Nakita mo? Okay. Yan, tutok mo, lapit mo. Yan po ang gagawin natin ngayon, darating na investiture niya o pagkukorona, pagpiging natin sa kanya. Yan po yun. Yan po ay naganap noong 1979. Tama ba? 79 ba? Ayan. Ulitin na po natin ngayon yan dahil andito po sa atin lahat ang court order ng Korte Suprema na pinagbibingi-bingihan lang nitong mga nasa justices at lalo na si Jesmundo ngayon. Hindi nyo pa in-approve ang aming establishment for patrimony. I-approve nyo na. Pag hindi nyo i-approve, tatakbo na kami sa International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court. Doon tayo ngayon maglalabo-labo. Bakit ayaw nyo paupuin yung taong may-ari ng bansa? Na nakikinabang naman kayo. Kayo yung nahawaan ng kagahamanan ng lagayan dito, lagayan doon, puro manitoks. Okay, tama na Karo. Okay? Yan po ang gagawin natin sa darating na investiture. Kaya ito po ang ating court order. Panahon ni Bersamin, 2019. Yan. Para mabasa nyo po, hindi tayo nagbibiro dito. Yan, pinakikita ko sa inyo sa camera. Lahat po kayo na 112 million maharlika, Pilipino-Pilipinang operian. Yan po ang gagawin natin. Supreme Court order po yan, out of office. Diyan, 2019. Ginawa po yan ni Tiburcio, Villamor, Marcos, Talano, Tagyan Report. 2019, dapat pinaupo nyo na siya 2010. Mga walang hiya talaga to, talaga. Oh. Kaya siguro, kung may mga tao lang na talagang kaya lang Hindi pwede. Idadaan talaga sa gera, Third World War eh. Kaya pag nagkagera na, yun ang pinakamalaking problema. Walang mabubuhay na tao. Pwede lang kung pupunta ka sa ilalim ng tubig. Hanggang mayroon silang katataguan, magtatago yan, pero mamamatay din. Dahil ang gagamitin ngayon, hindi na barrel, kundi biological weapon. Okay, siyang 7-star Governor General. Governor General Tiburcio Villamor Marcos, 7-star Governor General, bisita po natin sa ngayon, panauhin po natin siya. At ito pa po ang Supreme Court order na ginawa sa atin. Kailan to? 1977. Okay? Pakita mo yan para makita nila. At ito naman ang oath niya noong 1978. Ayan. 2019, 2078, 1978, and 1977. 16 court order po ito with penalty. Ibalik na ang lupa, pera at ginto kay Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan Deport. Nagmamatigas lang talaga kayong mga ahensya ng ng ating Republic of the Philippines. Kayo po ang nagpahirap sa amin. Kayo po ang pumapatay sa amin. Kayo po ang gumagawa ng coronavirus at vaccine na walang virus, walang coronavirus. Ginagamit nyo lang po kami sa negosyo ninyo na walang puhunan. Okay. Kaya, sino man ang gustong makipag-ayos, guys, hindi kayo dapat matakot. Tama na, Karo. Maubos na tayo ng oras. Okay. Idaan mo lang para maayos natin. Ayan, o taking niya noong siya ay nandito noon, 1974. Yan. Siya po ang tinaguriang Sultan. At 2007. Yan, 2007 po yan na nandito siya. At yun po ang ginagawa niya pag nandito siya sa ating bansa. Pero pag nandito siya sa Buckingham Palace, nag-aaral po siya na nag-aaral. So ito naman po ang court order niya noong 1978. Ibilis mo lang pa ganyan. Kasi yung oras natin mauubos. Mapupunta lang dyan sa isang pages. Di ba? Okay? Kasi kailangan makilala nila. Kasi may mga baguhan, lalo na kahapon, ang daming sharing kasi almost 3,000 na ang nanonood. So alam nila na ngayon ay nandito tayo sa live. Ito po ang kanyang lisensya sa Pilipinas. Sa LTO po yan. Okay? Ito naman po ang kanyang postal ID, identity sa Aritaw, sa party po ng Nueva Vizcaya. Okay, ito po yun. So hindi po tayo nagbibiro dito. Kaya pag sinabi niyang gera, ayaw nyo maniwala, ayaw tulungan sarili nyo, ayaw nyo i-upgrade, parang halaman lang yan. Pag nagtanim ka ng papaya, nagtanim ka ng sili, nagtanim ka ng avocado, mangga, ano man, kung hindi nabumunga, ano ba gagawin? Putulin at sunugin, sigaan. Yan lang po ang gagawin natin. Simple lang. Ito po yung kanyang baptismal. Yan po. Ipinanganak po dyan siya sa Calamba, Laguna. At ito naman po ang kanyang live birth. Kaya pinakikita natin dahil ang daming taong hindi nakakakilala kay Tiburcio Villamor Marcos dahil 60 years na hindi po siya ipinakikilala, hindi po siya binigyan ng atensyon para po ang ating bansa ay siya ang may-ari. Nakita nyo ba? Nakalakasan ng kanyang tatang. 1972. 21 years na mamanihala bilang strongman. Nakita nyo bang may Tiburcio Villamor Marcos na humingi ng posisyon sa kanyang pamamanihala? Wala. Dahil ang kanyang ama ay legal counsel lang po ng kanyang nanay, tatay, lola at lolo. Ito po yung kanilang pinirmahan. Pakita mo yung pinirmahan dyan sa mga naging presidente ng Republic of the Philippines. Yung pages mo na. First pages mo na. Okay. Pakita mo. Kasi sabi ng iba, kami maniwala lang pag ginawa na ni Tiburcio Villamor Marcos na mamigay ng tigpa 5 billion. Maniniwala lang din kami kung ang buong Cavite na ipamimigay na sa mga naniniwala. Paano kung di kayo maniwala? Di ba? So, wala kayo. Oh. Ngayon, kapag mayroon naman naniwala, nabigay na namin ang buong Cavite, dahil ang buong Cavite ay nasa 128,000 hectares, 777 hectares. Pag napamigay na namin yan sa mga taga-Caviting naniniwala, lahat ng hindi naniniwala, sila ang pinakahuli. Ubusin muna namin ang 110 million bigyan. Pag natira pa kayong buhay, adi okay. Pag di kayo natira ang buhay, goodbye. Ganyan lang ang buhay, di ba? Kasi kayo, lahat nahawaan na sa espiritu ni Lucifer. Nahawaan na sa espiritu ni Satanas. Nahawaan na sa espiritu ng Diablo. Kaya lahat mga demonyo, halos mga tao. Mabuti lang, Sara, pagtalikod, sisiraan ka. Ganyan ang mga ugali, lalo na kay mga tao, di na nga marunong magpasalamat, gumalang sa mga nakakatanda. Dahil nasira ang utak, ang kanilang mood dahil sa cellphone. Tingnan mo dyan, nandyan ang pinirmahan ni, bigyan mo ng attention. Concept mo na, okay? Focus mo na. Nandyan ang pinirmahan ng Republic of the Philippines, Association Institution, andyan ang pinirmahan ni Karo, doon na pumirma. Dumiretso ka na sa perma. Ayan. Pinirmahan ni Elpidio Quirino, President ng Republic of the Philippines. Pinirmahan ni Serios Minya, isang administrator. Yan ang aking posisyon ngayon na binigay sa akin ni Tiburcio Villamor Marcos, administrator ng whole archipelago. Okay. Ayaw nyo't gusto nyo. Dadaan talaga kayo sa maayos. Kasi di ko talaga bibigyan pag di kayo dumasa. Magpataya na lang tayo. Yun ang diretsang pagkasa. Dahil ngayon, may detreat na ako eh. Marami, dito lang. May detreat na ako, pare. So ngayon, makita natin kung anong hatapang nila, di ba? Tapos na ako sa Mindanao eh. Dito naman tayo sa Luzon. Okay. Nakita nyo yan? 60 years. Pumirma ang kanyang tatang, pumirma ang kanyang lulu't lula at ang kanyang mother. Ito ang kanyang mother. Ay, wala pala dito. Nawala. Natabunan, ano? Okay, 60 years. Mula noong 1950, 2010, tapos ng pangungupahan. Bakit ayaw niyo ibalik? Kayo mga opisyal ng Republic of the Philippines Association Institution. Lalo na kay Digong Duterte. Magkaibigan tayo pero iba ginagawa mo. Di ba? Pero darating tayo dyan. Malapit ka na. Malapit ka na. Mawala sa mundo. Di ba? So ito naman ang nasa Pasay. Pakisuyo, pakita mo lang. Hanggang 5 pages yan. Yan ang korte, yan ang judgment ng korte mula 1904, panahon pa ni Emilio Aguinaldo, hanggang sa panahon ngayon, hindi binibigyan ng malaking attention. Ayan, guys, para makita nyo. Pagtataka siguro kayo, no, si Dr. Tamayo, bakit ipinapakita yung mga dokumento ni Tiburcio Villamor Marcos? Ayan ang mga magnanakaw, mga Rodriguez, lahat ng magnanakaw na yumaman. Nandan lahat, tinalakay yan sa korte. At sila ngayon ang mamayagpag. Sila ngayon nakipag-connive sa mga politiko. Nakikipag-connive. Lagay dito, lagay doon, lagay dyan, lagay dito. Kaya ang LRA, nagawa na lang lagayan ng pera. Lalabas nga ng dokumento, piki naman. Yan. Tingnan mo lang yung Okada. Napakalaking building, 18 hectares ang laki. Nung ilabas ang titulo, ginastuhan ng almost 4 billion. Nakasanla pa sa bangko ng 7 billion. Nung makita ko ang kanilang titulo, yun pala kansilado na. Nakalun pa sa bangko. Anong kalukuhan mayroon? May sindikatong bangko, may sindikatong LRA, may sindikatong RD. Dito lang sa atin sa Cavite, sa 13, andyan si Edgar Santos pumiperma. Wala na, dismiss na, peking abogado na, peking judge. Pinaalis na natin dyan, bumalik na naman ngayon. Dalawin natin sunod linggo. Kumustahin natin. Ayan, nakita nyo guys, andyan lahat yan. So ngayon, tayong lahat ay tagapagmana. Dahil dyan sa court order na yan, ang unang binigyan, 1972 o 1949, 1 year lang si Tiburcio, nilagak sa kanyang pangalan ang buong Pilipinas, binayaran ng malaking halaga para ipamana sa kanya. Pero hindi naintindihan ng mga tao. Patingin yan. May papabasa lang ako dito. Pakibasa, anak. Yung page 9, hanapin mo. Basahin mo. Yung page 9, patunayan ko sa mga opisyal ng Republic of the Philippine Association Institution na kayo nangungupahan lang. 2 beses na kayo umupa mula 1898, 50 years, natapos 1948. Hindi kayo nagbayad, pinagera 1946. Ito na naman ngayon, nangupahan na naman kayo, 1950, 60 years, natapos na 2010, ayaw nyo pa rin ibalik kay Tiborcio. Ano gusto nyo? Gera talaga gusto nila. Wala tayong magawa kung gera talaga. Okay, pakibasa mo. Ayan, 9.
Cash voucher marked as Exhibit A-2 to A-19 as evidence of yearly payment of rental of the Republic of the Philippines to the landowner Don Esteban Benitez Taliano and Gregorio Madrigal Acop. Said documents were issued by the Office of the President in the year 1966 upon request of the Solicitor General and made as an integral part of the government's position paper.
Okay, nakita nyo, guys, girls, umuupa lang. Mula 1898 hanggang 1948. Hindi kayo nagsipagbayad. 1950, umupa ulit si Elpidio Quirino hanggang 2010. Hindi pa rin kayo nagbayad. Ano gagawin nyo? Ano gagawin natin? Si Tiborcio ba naningil sa inyo? Hindi. Kayo ba siningil namin na administrator? Hindi. Pero ang lalakas ng mga loob niyo, magkatitulong kayo ng mga piki lahat. Almost 39 million title issued, Republic of the Philippines, official, LRA, LRC, mga tourist na yan, RD, puro piki lahat ang titulong inisyo nyo. Mamaya, basahin ko sa inyo, paano mapiki. Pakibasa mo yung page 52 ba yun? Ayan. Ayan, babasa natin.
Truly, the Republic of the Philippines had committed estoppel and had rebound to become not party in interest over the subject land in the presence of survivor heirs. Occasionally, it must be obliged for reconveyance for all the lands under its custody as illegal detainees, or in graceful sense as trustee, for which it requires reconveyance in favor of the principal trustor, as prescribed by the Civil Code of the Philippines. Second sentence of the said decision. It is a universal acceptance. The title of the land once registered under the torrent system is sufficient notice to the whole world because such action is an action in rem. All concerns, including the national government and its agencies, should take notice of this rule, that no one can plead by reasons of ignorance and registration. Let this decision with compromise agreement be enforced enjoining all concerned private persons and government authorities, herein specified in every body, natural or juridical person, to observe and address this decision with compromise agreement, observing the imprescriptibility period clause of its execution and issuance of its original and duplicate copies of OCT 01-4, including its TCT number T-408 and TCT number T-498, and including the withdrawal of the deposited gold bullion from any government body within or without the archipelago, either a member of the United Nations or only League of Foreign Nations, federations, as long as within the bound and jurisdiction of International Court of Justice, to serve for the lawful in interest of the lawful beneficiaries of late Prince Julian Macleod Taliano and the whole Filipino people in general. Otherwise, anyone who defies this order shall be dealt accordingly with the fullest force of the law. So ordered, Pasay City, February 4, 1972.
Maraming salamat. Nakita nyo? Na judgment na ng Pasay Court mula noong 1904 natapos 1972, February 4. At ito'y ginawa ng gift of love para sa lahat ng Pilipino-Pilipina na pinahirapan ng mga opisyal ng Republic of the Philippine Association Institution na nangupahan lang kayo sa may-ari ng lupa na walang iba, kundi si Prince Julian Macleod Talano Tagyan III. At itong nagmana ang kanyang apo na walang iba, kundi si Highness Majesty Royal King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan Deport. Para maintindihan nyo ang ating ginagawa rito. Okay? So ngayon, pabasa natin ang titulo ng buong Luzon. Ito na. Ay, basa mo. Wala rito.
Republic of the Philippines Department of Justice, Land Registration Commission, Registry of Deeds for the Pasig Rizal, Original Transfer Certificate of Title number T01-4, Office of the Escribana de Cabildo, Hacienda Islas de Pilipinas Archipelago, Province of Manila, Cadastral Act number 2259 and Cadastral Survey number 4720. Entered pursuant of the Transfer Certificate of Title, a portion of the Mother Title OCT 01-4, at the Office of the Escribana de Cabildo de Manila, the Hacienda Islas de Filipinas Archipelago, located at Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, in North Borneo, consisting of 7,169 islands and islets. The registration book, Volume A-7, LRC Archive number 571, entered pursuant to Decree number 1143, Protocol of 01-4, by virtue of the Supreme Order of the Royal Crown of England, adopted by the law of treaties, the Declaration of Principles and State Policies by the Supreme Court of the Philippines, LRC Civil Case number 3957-P, of the Republic Act 26 dated March 23, 1974, at the Court of Pasay, Pasig, Rizal. It is hereby granted the titular decree number 012201AAA-AO, which was amended the Republic Act number 5444, 5445, and 5446 to Tiburcio Villamor Marcos coded TVM LSM 666, the last successor heir of Emperor Marcus Ulpius Trajanus, King Felipe II, King Ferdinand VII, Her Majesty Queen of Spain, Isabel II, King Carlos V, and Princess Inimisha Cruz Villamor Italiano family clan. The geographical technical description of Luzon areas under the Hacienda Islas de Filipinas Archipelago, which is consisting of 7,169 islands and islets. The El Banco Español Filipino de Isabel II, the World Bullion Bank with paid-up capital of $5 trillion, and subsidiary the El Banco Español Filipino Offshore Capital, as banking unit the TVM LSM 666, with paid-up capital of $356 million, being an integral part of OCT 01-4. With PD number 1034 and 1035, CB circular number 343, 1326, and 6426. Geographical technical description 11 to 69 of Luzon areas. A parcel of lands covered by OCT 01-4, location all provinces of Abra, Apayao, Benguet, Ifugao, Kalinga, Mountain Province, Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, Batanes, Cagayan, Isabela, Nueva Vizcaya, Cabarukis, Province of Manila, Bulacan, Pampanga, Zambales, Tarlac, Morong, Lake Province, Mindoro, and Carilaya, containing 31,804,624 hectares, more or less. Geographic coverage beginning at the point 1 of Plan 11 to 69 in the islands of Luzon. Therefore, the Supreme Court order dated March 21, 1974, upon the submission report of the Blue Ribbon Committee, the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, in accordance with LRC Civil Case number 3957-P, pursuant to the law of the Philippines that has been issued as strength of Subpoena Duces Tacum, issued by the Court of First Instance, Branch 27 of Pasay, in compliance to the motion of the Solicitor General regarding the certificate of the title covered TCT 01-4. Furthermore, in accordance with LRC Civil Case number 3957-P, the Republic 26, upon the execution of the last will and testament, the deeds of adjudication, the proclamation of the gift of love, mortis causa sui heredis agnit, known as a special proviso law of the International Banking of Bailment, the law of constitutional right and ownership in accordance of United Nations, Article 2 and 4 of the Economic Social Order ECOSOC, Art 55, 57, and 63. Therefore, the above-mentioned declaration of ownership has no criminal origin, no liens and encumbrances, and was protected by the CCP securities. Done this 11th day of September 1979. Signed by Fred Ruiz Castro, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of the Philippines, Enrique Ayagana, Executive Judge of Pasay, Antonio M. Nobles, Commissioner, Land Registration Commission.
Guys, sunugin man nila lahat ng taguan ng dokumento. Hindi pwede nilang masunog sa International Court of Justice. Hindi nila pwede masunog sa International Criminal Court. At lalong hindi nila masusunog sa taguan ng Bank International Settlement at lalong hindi nila masunog sa taguan ng United Nations ECOSOC at lalo na sa taguan sa Court of Geneva. Yan guys, doon natin nakukuha ito. Ito ang titulong pinanalo at binayaran ng 5 trillion 356 million US dollar ipamana lang kay Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan Deport. 2005 pa lang nagpadala na kami ng mga sulat sa inyo na ibalik na pagdating ng 2010. Bakit hanggang ngayon, lapse na kayo ng 12 years, bakit hindi nyo binabalik? Gusto nyo talaga gera, no? Okay, pabasa natin ang Bisaya. Ito sa Bisaya. Luzon yung binasa mo, pakibasa.
Republic of the Philippines Department of Justice, Land Registration Commission Registry of Deeds for the Pasig Rizal, Original Transfer Certificate of Title Number T01-4, Office of the Escribana de Cabildo, Hacienda Islas de Filipinas, Archipelago, Province of Manila, Cadastral Act Number 2259, and Cadastral Survey Number 4720. The Visayas Areas Geographical Technical Description owned by the Hacienda Islas de Filipinas Archipelago, consisting of 7,169 islands and islets. The El Banco Español de Isabel II as World Bank exporter of AU and other commodities with paid-up capital of 5 trillion US dollars and subsidiary the El Banco Español Filipino Offshore Capital as banking unit the TVM LSM 666 with paid-up capital of 356 million US dollars, being an integral part of OCT 01-4, coded name of 01-AAA-AO, registered in the 9 World Bank and 7 IMF PD number 1034 and 1035, CB Circular number 343-1326-6426, Visayas Areas Geographic Technical Description, territorial coverage beginning at the point mark 1 as 11 to 69 in the islands of Palawan, Bicol, Visayas, and Peninsula with geographic position as follows. Areas of Visayas and provinces covered by OCT 01-4. Parcel of lands location as follows. Islands of Palawan, Bicol, Peninsula, Albay, Camarines, Cambosur con Norte, Masbate, Sorsogon, Visayas, Peninsula, Iloilo, Aklan, Romblon, Antique, Capiz del Romblon, Guimaras de Iloilo, Negros Occidental de Buglas, Negros Oriental, Siquijor, Bohol, Cebu, Leyte, Biliran, Leyte del Sur, Leyte del Norte, Kibabao del Samar, Kibabao del Norte containing an area of 5,996,215 hectares more or less. Therefore, pursuant to law of the Philippines has been issued the strength of subpoena duces tactum, issued by the Court of First Instance, Branch 27, Pasay, in compliance to the motion of the Solicitor General regarding the authentication of original certificate of title OCT 01-4. Furthermore, in accordance with LRC Civil Case number 3957-P, Republic Act 26 upon the execution of the last will and testament, deeds of adjudication, proclamation of give of love, the mortis causa sui heredis agnit as a special proviso law of international banking law of bailment, the law of constitutional right of ownership, Article 426, 427, and 428. Covered by United Nations Article 2 and 4 for the implementation of the world peace in accordance with ECOSOC Article 55, 57, and 63. Therefore, further, the above stated declaration has no criminal origin, no liens and encumbrances, protected by the law of treaties, CCP securities, and global immunities, done this 11th day of September, the year of our Lord 1979, signed by Fred Ruiz Castro, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of the Philippines, Enrique A. Agana, Executive Judge of Pasay, Antonio M. Nobles, Commissioner of Land Registration Commission.
Napakaliwanag guys, mga taga Supreme Court, mga taga DOJ, mga naging presidente, mahihiya naman kayo, ibalik nyo na kay Tiburcio para mapapakinabangan namin mga mahirap ang aming ninanais. Hindi kami nangangaway. Paalala lang, ibalik nyo na. Kasi sisingilin pa namin kayo sa 300 dodecalyon at yung 400,000 metric ton na pinang-back up. Saan nyo nilagay? Ninakaw nyo. Okay, ito, Bisaya. Kaya lahat ng mga taga-Bisaya, pagpunta namin dyan, Meron na kayong pera, meron pa kayong lupa. Magsaya kayo. Okay. Share nyo ang ating videos. Nasa 89. Share nyo, follows nyo. Thank you. Ito, pabasa ko naman ang Mindanao. Okay. Visayas, binayaran ng 5,356,000,000. Ipamana lang kay Tiborcio Villamor Marcos at pinamana naman niya sa atin as gift of love. Okay, pakibasa.
Republic of the Philippines Department of Justice, Land Registration Commission Register of Deeds for the Pasig Rizal, Original Transfer Certificate of Title Number T01-4, Office of the Escribana de Cabildo, Hacienda Islas de Filipinas, Archipelago, Province of Manila, Cadastral Act Number 2259 and Cadastral Survey Number 4720. The Mindanao Peninsula embracing the areas and provinces with geographical technical description owned by Hacienda Islas de Filipinas, Archipelago, which consists of 7,169 islands and islets. The El Banco Español de Isabel II, the world exporter of AU and other commodities, is under the original certificate of title of OCT 01-4, under the code of flat-Quran 01-AAA-AO, with paid up of $5 trillion and $356 million for El Banco Español Filipino Offshore Capital. The other codes of these assets are INA, MFCA-RP, ABA, WVM, CCD, MCD, JPR, are all under the code of L-50, the Long Loan Investment Program 5020. These were registered in the 9 World Banks and 7 IMF. Trilateral Society of Global Funder matured August 11, 1985, and restructured January 2, 1986, and maturity 2009. The El Banco Español Filipino Offshore Capital take over by the virtue of Trilateral Act 61 and was protected by PD number 1034, 1035, and 1143, with CB Circular number 343, 6426 in the Law of Jones R. 211-59. Mindanao areas in North Borneo geographic technical description in territorial as follows. A parcel of islands located in Mindanao and North Borneo Peninsula, embracing the areas of Basilan, Zamboanga del Norte, Zamboanga del Sur, Bukidnon, Misamis, Camiguin, Misamis Oriental, Sultan Kudarat, Mindanao Sur, Mindanao Sur, Mindanao Sur, Davao del Norte, Davao Norte, Mindanao Sur, Cotabato Sur, Sarangani Sur, Surigao del Norte, Surigao del Sur, Tawi-Tawi, Turtle Islands, and North Borneo. Saba, all consolidated areas of 88,518,786 hectares, more or less, particularly prescribed in the geographic coordinate as position described as follows. Beginning at a point marked as 11 to 69 in the islands. At geographical areas of 257,749,014 square nautical miles of equivalent of 88,518,786 hectares, more or less. Therefore, pursuant to the law of Philippines, has been issued the strength of subpoena duces tactum, issued by the Court of First Instance, Branch 27, Pasay, in compliance to the motion of the Solicitor General regarding the authenticity of the original certificate title of OCT 01-4. Furthermore, in accordance with LRC Civil Case number 3957-P, Republic Act 26, upon the execution of last will and testament and the deeds of adjudication, the proclamation of gift of love, the mortis causa soi heredis agnit, as a special proviso law of constitutional right of ownership, Article 426, 427, and 428, covered by United Nations Charter Article 55, 57, and 63. Therefore, further, the above stated declaration has no criminal origin, no liens and encumbrances, and was protected by the law of treaties and CCP securities and global immunities, done this 11th day of September in the year of our Lord 1979. Signed by Fred Ruiz Castro, Chief Justice, Supreme Court of the Philippines, Enrique A. Gana, Executive Judge of Pasay, Antonio M. Nobleas, Commissioner, Land Registration Commission.
Okay, so narinig nyo mga guys. Mula sa presidente, kabinete, senador, congressman, gobernador o ng Cavite, mayor at barangay captain, maghanda na kayo. Dahil ito na yung last day nyo. Okay. So ngayon, dito naman sa atin, pababasa ko itong binigay na maliit man lang na katungkulan. Okay. Ano kaya itong katungkulan ito? Pakibasa mo.
Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program, United Nations Age World Military Divine Government, and the Universal Queen of Queens Foundation, Bureau of East Central Interpol, General Power of Attorney. Know all men by these presents. I, HRH Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Taguian IV, of legal age Filipino, resident of Camjan, Hay, Baguio City, have named, constituted, and appointed Civilio B. Tamayo Filipino of legal age, with office address at Tamayos Agro-Veggie Products and Distribution Corporation, SMJJ Building, Salitran Road, Barangay Salitran 2, Dasmariñas, Cavite, Philippines, to be made true and lawful attorney in fact, for and in my name, place, and deeds to be and perform the following acts and deeds to wit. That I, HRH Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Taguian IV, is the sole signatory redeemer from the Code of King of Recognized Asset Nations, known as C1, C2, 1921, 777, flat and trust account practically deposited all over the world, maturity in the year 2006, Global Funder Titular Decree number 01022740A. That I, HRH Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Taguian IV, has a coded name of DVMLSM 666, who is the new successor heir of the real estate properties, the only torrent system title certificate in the Philippines, no other than OCT 01-4, as the mother title of the whole Filipino archipelago since the year 1761. In other asset commodities, the Constitution was approved and amended by the Supreme Court of the Philippines, adopting the proclamation, Declaration of the Gift of Love by His Excellency President Elpidio Quirino, confirmed by the Central Bank of the Philippines, protected by the lawfully registered in Trilateral Society Commission, under the law of international and recognized by 196 League of Nations. That I, TVMLSM 666, being the last successor heir, is the sole owner of 7,169 islands and islets, all over the Philippine archipelago and other assets of the royal family clan, which are equipped with 16 Supreme Court order, which is kept in Archive Section 1972 to 1986. In accordance with Rule of Ownership Section 6, the state shall promote social justice to ensure the dignity, welfare, and security to the people towards the end. That I, Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Taguian IV, based on the Republic Act 26, TVMLSM 666 in the year 2005, I shall have full authority to move, remove any undertaking with discretionary power of the Code of Coran Cruz Villamor Taliano Family Clan Properties, assets deposited in trust by the trustees All Gold Bullion, El Banco Español Filipino de Isabel II, and Hacienda Islas de Filipina. That land grabbers in all squatting syndicate from local and national government in all subject areas and premises would be mandated to vacate and clear as early as possible. Otherwise, the court would not hesitate to implement the Embargo Act. That I am the chairman of Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program as the institution of registered International Association of Security Dealers, is the backbone of civilization of world economy today, being designated implement of UN ECOSOC, Article 55, 56, 57 through my chairmanship. That the different Supreme Court order are as follows. Supreme Court Order March 21, 1974, ordering the settlement for all the real estate properties covered by OCT 01-4 and return precious metals in stone. The gold bullion managed by Central Bank of the Philippines after 50 years, such gold reserve in trust could only be withdrawn by the last successor heir. Supreme Court Order August 11, 1976, ordering all lands occupied by the government structure, either national or local purchase, including Sabah North, Borneo under OCT 01-4, and gold bullion metric tons and all asset commodities owned by El Banco Español Filipino Offshore Capital will be returned to TVMLSM 666. Supreme Court Order August 11, 1977. It states that the greatest land and gold grabbers headed by ex-President Diosdado Macapagal, Secretary of Finance, Monetary Authority et al., had failed to debate entering with the last successor heir Prince Julian Maclean Taliano. The first billion bank of the Philippines have 77 subsidiaries as HSBC, banks in Hong Kong, etc., and all servicing prime banks refused to coordinate. Supreme Court Order August 4, 1978. The LRC Civil Case number 997 of CFA Branch 26, Pasay City had incorporated the LRC Civil Case number 3957, and after execution of such documents in accordance with Section 4, Republic Act 26, Tiburcio Villamor Marcos coded TVMLSM 666 is the absolute heir successor, owner of all assets, commodities lodged in trust in Central Bank of the Philippines, Land Bank of the Philippines, including foreign banks around the world, maturity 2005. That Ferdinand Erdin Marcos Chuwataili is my legal counsel. Likewise, I am the Global Founder, Trilateral Co-Chairman of the Committee of 300, member of G2023, H-World LSM Alpha Omega, member of El Banco Español de Filipino de Isabel II, World Chairman of Alpha Omega Global Marshall Program, and member of the National Security Council of United Nations. That Civilio B. Tamayo, my attorney in fact, who is the Director General of Humanitarian United Nations, a 5-star General Mandate Trustee United Nations League of Nations, ECOSOC, will act as my representative with authority to transact in behalf of my negotiate, sell, dispose, leasing on lots as well as buildings or establishment, either agricultural, residential, commercial, industrial within the area of Cavite, a part of Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, including Palawan and Borneo. That Sibilio B. Tamayo, with the assistance of certain people assigned by my attorney in fact to census, survey all properties including Filipinos who have no properties, either agricultural or residential, and who lacks of financial, and act as my attorney in fact in the content of general notice to the public, wherein copy furnished was submitted to 33 regulatory body and 34 international communities who confirmed, signed, and attested. That my attorney in fact has the authority to negotiate, sell, lease, rent, file, deliver documents needed for the whole archipelago. That any collection or financial amount collected, I will get the 30%. In the 70%, my attorney in fact is responsible how they are going to use the 70% as follows. 30% to mass people in the city with IDs of Alpha Omega. 30% for the development in the mountain where the people will do food plantation to be served to the cities and development of roads going to the area of the place where plantation is done. 10% for those who work implementation of Alpha Omega. Giving and granting unto said attorney in fact full necessary power and authority to do and perform in favor of me in every act and necessary to be done and about the requisite premises as fully to all interests and purposes present. And witness whereof, we have heard to set our hands in Dasmariñas, Cavite, on this day of March 15, 2022. Signed by H.R. H. Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tugan IV, Ear of Hacienda Isla sa Filipinas Archipelago. Signed by Civilio B. Tamayo, my attorney in fact.
Yan guys. Narinig nyo, nabasa nyo, clear. Wala ibang pagdadaanan. Dadaan talaga kayo kay Tiburcio Villamor Marcos. Wala pwedeng angkin-angkinan. Yung 39 million title na inisyo ng Republic of the Philippines official na binoto-boto ninyo, siyang nagpapahirap sa inyo dahil nauso ang money talks. Lagay dito, lagay doon. Paglabas naman ng titulo, peke at spurious naman. Yan, guys, at sinasabi ko sa inyo. Kay Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, hindi na dapat kayo, guys, mabahala. Dahil mayroon ng taong pinagkakatiwalaan na tutulong sa inyo. Lahat ng walang lupa, bibigyan ng lupa. Lahat ng walang bahay, bibigyan ng bahay. Lahat ng walang pera, bibigyan ng pera. Pakibasa mo muna ang personal na profile ni Tiburcio Villamor Marcos, Talano Tagyan Report.
Okay, Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program, the Universal Queen of Queens Foundation Incorporation, Bureau of Central Interpol, Personal Profile. His Royal Highness Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagyan IV, with coded name TVM LSM 666. He is the youngest son of former President of the Republic of the Philippines, Ferdinand E. Marcos, with the Princess of Spain, namely Princess Inimisha Cruzin Villamor Tagyan Taliano, who owns the global assets of the family clan under the Code of Quran, TVM LSM 666. Since in the year 2010, he is the sole signatory from the Code of Quran, King of Recognized Asset Nations, known as C1, C2, 1921, 777, flat and trust accounts, practically deposited all over the world, maturity in the year of 2005. Global Founder Titular Decree number 01022740A. He took his oath of office at the Supreme Court of the Philippines dated August 11, 1978 through Chief Justice Fred Ruiz Castro. And on March 28, 2012, the Supreme Court of the Philippines invited him again to take his oath for the second time and was officiated by Chief Justice Renato C. Corona, being a global founder and peacekeeper for humanities. He is a former military man since 1978, and in the year 2007, according to the doctrine of his documents, he will be inheriting the position of a 7-star Governor General of United Nations from Dwight Eisenhower, former Supreme Commander General and President of United States of America. He took his first degree in economics and banking at Cambridge University, Europe, and has taken his master's dissertation at Oxford University. He also took his political global governance at Brookings Institute, Washington, D.C. He has also a doctoral dissertation in canon law and initial laws of jurisprudence among colleges and universities. And pursuant to Section 3 of Republic Act 26, the Philippine renounced war between the ownership of OCT T01-4 since 1904, ended 1914, and 1963, ended 1974. The government was lost upon the issuance of subpoena juris tactum, issued by the Court of First Instance of Rizal, 7th Judicial District, 28 and Pasay City under civil case number 3957-P in compliance with the motion of the Office of the Solicitor General and the National Bureau of Investigation NBI over the authenticity of the Year of Code of Quran, King of Recognized Asset Nations, TVM LSM 666, new successor year of the real estate properties, the only torrent system title certificate in the Philippines, no other than OCT T01-4 as the mother title of the whole Philippine archipelago. Since the year 1764 and the other asset commodities, the Constitution was approved and amended by the Supreme Court of the Philippines, adopting the Declaration of the Gift of Love by His Excellency President Elpidio Quirino, confirmed by Central Bank Governor Honorable Miguel Cuaderno Sr., protected by Treaty of Perpetual. Okay. Lawfully registered in Trilateral Society Commission under the law of international and recognized by the 196 League of Nations in order to give such person the last successor HRH Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Taguin IV, codename TVM LSM 666, is the sole owner of 7,169 island and islets all over the Philippine archipelago and other assets of the royal family clan, which are equipped with 16 Supreme Court orders kept in the archive since 1972 up to 1986. And in accordance with the Rule of Ownership Section 6, the state shall promote social justice to ensure the dignity, welfare, and security of the people towards the ends, according to Republic Act 26 TVM LSM 666. In the year 2005, shall have full authority to remove any undertaking with discretionary power of the Code of Quran Cruz Villamor Taliano family clan. Properties asset deposited in trust by the trustees. All gold bullion El Banco Español Filipina de Isabel II and Hacienda Islas Filipina. The land grabbers and all squatting syndicate from local and national government in the subject areas and premises would be mandate to vacate and implement such order. Nevertheless, the Embargo Act 1807 may be implemented in accordance with Charter to Charter of the United Nations Article 2, International Court of Justice under Olmsted, US 277-US 438. Those who violated the mutual agreement is punishable in the International Court of Justice, Paris and France, and subject for closure and operation Embargo Act 1807 under the Banking Law of Availment. Since 1950 establishment, the C1, C2, 1921, 777, and in 1971, proclamation of the Decree 168 for ABL program, printed demonetized Philippine currency notes inside and outside the Philippines, were the group of the Board of Governors recognized by the Fund Committee by major international financing institution, system, and the U.S. Treasury. The backup of set of ABL ang bagong lipunan of the Court of Pasay City, Philippines, in accordance with Republic Act 26, only year 2000 to 2007, under the Law of Ownership Act, Article 426, 427, and 428, shall adhere to the proper rules and regulation of the redemption under his code of 1738777 as embodied in the certificate of entitlement with special trust depositor by virtue of declaration in trust agreement covered by global immunity and insured at Lloyd's of London Insurance, the right and duties of bailor and bailee. The bailee must exercise care so as not to permit injury to or destruction of the properties of TVM LSM 666 by himself or third party after maturity date. The bailee returned the property in good faith by virtue of the rule of Trilateral Society of Global Founder must disagreed. The Article 61 may be Embargo Act 1807 shall be implemented without court order. The Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program as the institution has been registered to the National Association for Security Dealers, NASDAQ-AMEX. It has been the backbone of civilization of the world economy. Today has designated to implement the UN ECOSOC Article 55, 56, and 57 through the chairmanship of H.R.H. Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagenda IV. Global Founder with titular decree number 01022740A, 7-star Governor General of International Security Council of United Nations. Signed by Director General Melvin Luis R. Uno, Ministro de Comunicaciones, Adjutant General, Provost Marshal Code Name MRO 26, and General Dionisio V. Teng, Chief Political Advisor, Adjutant General, Provost Marshal Code Name DVT-003, and signed by Justado S. David, Administrative Auditor, Adjutant General, and Provost Marshal Code Name DSD-228, and signed by General Ralph Z. Valdosa, Embajador de Comunicaciones, Adjutant General, and Provost Marshal Code Name RZB 652, and signed by H.R.H. Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagenda IV, sole redeemer of C1, C2, C19, 21, 777, flat and trust accounts globally. Successor heir of OCT, T01-4, and TCT, T-408, and T-498, and Hacienda Filipina Archipelago, United Nations 7-star Governor General, Quran sole signatory, code name TVM LSM 666, U.S. Treasury ID IC 608479, titular decree number 01022740A, Federal Reserve System ID number C608479, Global Founder Trilateral number 54321101110, Co-Chairman the Committee of 300 World Bank Group, Member G20-23, H World LSM Alpha Omega, Member of the Board Trilateral Commission, Chairman El Banco Español de Filipino de Isabel II, World Chairman Alpha Omega Global Marshall Program, Member the International Security Council of United Nations.
Yan mga guys, mga girls. Yan ang kanyang personal profile. Nagtapos din siya sa pinakamataas na paralan sa buong mundo bilang canon law. Kaya hindi kami natatakot. Mag-ayos na tayo kung nais yung maayos. Tayong lahat na 112 million Pilipina, maharlikang Operians. Native man kayo, kung ano man, porya lang sa mga banyaga. Kayo ang tinaguriang napakayaman sa buong mundo. Bakit iilan lang ang mayaman sa ating bansa? Dahil sa kamalian ninyo. Buto kayo dito, buto kayo doon, ilik kayo dito, ilik kayo doon. Yan ang nangyari. Itong mga inilik ninyo, mga politician, politiko, siyang nakipag-connive sa mga banyagang namumuhunan dito at tayo ay pinabayaan. Nandyan tayo sa squatter, nandyan tayo sa kahirapan. Sila namamayagpag sa Makati, sa Daport at sa Pasig. Malalaki ang mga tirahan nila. Kayo na bumuto sa kanila para asahang ibigay ang gusto ninyo. Pinabayaan tayo. Oras na. Gumising na. Mag-ayos na kayo. Tulungan niyo na inyong sarili. Bangon tayo, mga Pilipino, Pilipinang maharlikang Operian. Yan ang ating kailangan dito. Hindi kami pwedeng umatras. Pinasubo nyo kami, itutuloy natin ang laban. Magkagera man ang Tidwardwar. Tawagan natin si Putin, tawagan natin si Jinping, tawagan natin si Joe Biden, tawagan natin ang presidente ng Africa at India. Lumusob na kayo sa Pilipinas. Tingnan natin kung saan kayo pupunta. Okay, ito ang platform genuine ng ating Highness Majesty King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan Deport, ito ang kanyang platform. Please, listen. Meron tayong requirements sa banal na kasulatan. Nakaulat yan sa Apokalipsis 2.17. Ang lahat ng may pandinig ay makinig sa sinasabi ng Espiritu. Lahat ng magtatagumpay, bibigyan ka ng mana. Ngunit kung patigas-tigas ka, paalisin ka namin, doon ka sa buwan tumira para walang problema. Okay? Maliwanag mga guys, mga girls? Okay, pakibasa mo. Yes.
Genuine change to come. Our platform for the Filipino people to the world, the mission statement of Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program, and the Universal of Queen Foundation. Number 1, to implement the world peace economic stimulus back up the global monetary systems of all central banks worldwide and set on track the globally currency reset. Number 2, the Central Bank of the Philippines will serve as the Millennium Centurion, gold bullion bank of the world back with the ancestral domain of OCT-01-4, the Filipino Archipelago, in conjunction with 13 Federal Reserve System banks and treasury values of the United States of America. The Central Bank of the Philippines is the safekeeping bank of gold, diamonds, and platinum that's protected by the Treaty of Paris, Treaty of Versailles, 1928 and 1934, the Treaty of Amity of the Understanding in Concordance of Agreement in 1950, with the ministerial attestations of League of Nations and the United Nations with all kind of GENS, Global Economic Trade Zone, focusing to the main problem of every Filipino by providing them such as free water, free public hospitalization, free education to all public schools, free seminars and training for the job employment, free electricity to all households, residential units except industrial plants, industrial parks, and other business purposes, to give jobs to all jobless, no age limit, to prioritize all widow and single parent, providing them a job, no age limit, establish a comprehensive social welfare development fund with a budget of 5 million per Filipino, from the newly born to the oldest, massive housing projects to all squatter areas, to all homeless steadier, pabahay para sa lahat ng mahihirap, infrastructure development centered to the construction of roads, railways, housing, public schools, malls, hotels, and major goal mass energy, water communications, transportation, agriculture, etc. In the implementation of environmental planning, waste management, water distillation for free water, and utilization of our natural resources, offer a range of outbreaks for the armed forces of the Philippines, Philippine National Police, military training and recruitment, hardware, contingency, and logistic.
Maraming salamat. Kayong mga PNP, mga Air Force, Marines, sundalo, mga NPA, magkaisa na kayo, magkaisa na tayo. Kasi wala naman kayo magagawa pag nagkagera na eh. Maniwala kayo. Hindi kayo kayang buhayin. Hindi kayo bubuhayin sa biological weapon. Tandaan nyo yan. Nakahula na yan. Prepared na ang mga alien. Ang kasagutan lamang nito para hindi matuloy ang senaryong napakabigat para sa mga Pilipino, Pilipina. Tulungan nyo ang inyong sarili na madala na natin sa Central Bank. Si Tiburcio, Villamor, Marcos Talano, Tagyan Deport, at saka sa Palas sa Malacanang. Ito ang kanyang account. Pakisoyo. Para mabasa nila. Ayan ang kanyang account sa Bank of China na mayroong 2 quadrillion US dollar na nakapangalan sa kanya. Matured na yan noong 2007, November 1. Ang interest pa lang ng kanyang pera, kapag nakaupo na siya mga guys, mga girls, kaya na nating igawa ng piso. Yung 410 trillion interest pa lang ng pera niya mula noong 1934 hanggang 2010. Ayan. Ito, pakipakita mo to. Para maintindihan nila. Hindi lang tayo maka-withdraw ng pera dahil pinamumugaran ng maraming mga sindikato, maraming mga ulupong, maraming mga serpent, maraming mga buhaya, at maraming mga dragon dyan sa Central Bank na yan. Inassume na nilang kanila, oy mahiya-hiya kayo. Hindi naman kayo nakapagbibigay ng kalutasan ng problema sa mga Pilipino. Ito nga lang vaccine na ito eh. Puro lang kayo negosyo ng walang puhunan. Pinapatay nyo pa ang mga Pilipino-Pilipina. Ibalik na natin kay Tiburcio, Villamor, Marcos, Talano, Tagyan, Deport. Bago mangyari ang senaryo. Yan. Ayan. Kaya, Justice Gismondo, tatawagan kita mamaya, mag-uusap tayo. Total, Bisaya ka rin naman o kaya ikaw ay Panggalatok o Ilocano, mag-uusap tayo para maayos natin ang ating bansa. Okay, pakibasa. The last. Ito, pakibasa ang kailan ito binigay? Kahapon lang ito binigay, birthday ko. Days of 75. Sabi ko nga pare, gusto ko nang magpahinga Kasi ang laki ng inatas nyo sa akin. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, 110 million Pilipino ang hirap imanis. Ang titigas ng mga ulo at puso't loob. Cavite pa lang, naibigay na nga sa akin, pero ayaw maniwala. Ang titigas ng mga ulo, matatanda, mga bata, millennials, may sakit o wala. Ang titigas, nasanay sila sa kapapaniwala ng mga propaganda ng mga politiko-politika na naghahari-harian, hindi naman sa kanila. Pakibasa mo ito.
Alpha Omega World Development Marshall Program, World United Nations Philippine Military Divine Government, and the Universal Queen of Queens Foundation, Bureau of Central Interpol, General Power of Attorney. I, Tiburcio Villamor Marcos, as known as Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagyan IV, coded name TVMLSM 666 with title Decree 01022740A, Kingfisher Harbor King Ina-ABA-777-AAA, MCDWMB CCD Philanthropies, 7 White Stallion SGDC 1C2 1921 777, Federal Serve ID number C608479, and U.S. Treasure ID number 608479. Ancestral Domain Hacienda Filipina Archipelago, OCT 01-4, El Banco Español de Isabel II, certifies that I appointed General Civilio Tamayo, Filipino citizen, bearer of Philippine passport, to undertake, negotiate, and represent me as my mandate director and appointed trustee for the Alpha Omega World Peace Economic Development Infrastructure Marshall Program in the United Nations Pentagon H-World Military Program. I am herewith giving full power of attorney. King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagyan IV, coded name TVMLSM 666, United Nations 7-star Governor General, Supreme Commander Allied and Non-Allied Nations, Sole Redeemer of Flood and Trust Accounts globally C1, C2, C19, 21, 777, Quran Sole Signatory, U.S. Treasury ID, IC 608479, Title Decree number 01022740A, Co-Chairman the Committee of 300, Federal Reserve System ID C608479, Global Funder Trilateral Number 54321101110, Member of G20 23 H World LSM Alpha Omega, Successor of OCT 01-4, TCT T-408 and T-498, Member of the Board Trilateral Commission, Chairman of El Banco Español de Filipino de Isabel II, Judicial Administrator, Hacienda Filipina Archipelago, World Chairman of Alpha Omega Global Marshall Program, Member of the International Security Council of United Nations.
Yan guys, mas lalong lumawak ang aking obligasyon. Pero di bale, ayawan ko man ito, nakakaya sa ating bisita at guest ngayon na siyang may-ari ng ginto na 1,181,336,475 metric ton. Maliban pa dyan, ang nakadeposito sa China, hindi pa natin narinyo, 1,715,000 metric ton. At ang Amerika, naghihintay ang backup. Naghihintay ang backup ng China, naghihintay ang backup ng India, naghihintay ang backup ng Europa. Anong sabi ni Putin? Lahat ng walang backup na pera, fiat money dollar, hindi na pwedeng bumili ng diesel at gasolina sa Russia. Tandaan yan. Kaya kailangan natin na maayos ang ating bansa dahil dito nag-ugat ang kayamanan. Dahil ang ating bansang City Tesoran Dashboard, nandito lahat ng precious, nandito lahat ng kayamanan, lahat ng klase ng diamond, lahat ng klase ng mga kayamanan ng mga herbal, lahat ng kayamanan ng deuterium, nandito sa atin at ginto. Tandaan niyo yan. Walang iba. Ipaagaw ba natin to sa Amerika? Ipaagaw ba natin sa China? Ipaagaw ba natin sa Japan? O ipaagaw ba natin sa Russia? Guys, girls, gumising na kayo. You 117, buhay na buhay kayong nanonood. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, sundalo man kayo o kaya kayo ay Marines o mga PNP Police o mga NPA, anumang klaseng buhay kayo na tao. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, sama kayo sa ating universo. Ito ang dokumento na nakapangalan mismo sa lolo ni Tiborcio Villamor Marcos. Pakisoyo. Roel. Yan. Tingnan nyo. Pakita ko sa inyo yan. Yan ang pinakaplano na nakuha sa pangalan ni Prince Julian Macleod Talano Tagyan Deport. 1898 pa yan. May issue na. Inagaw ni Emilio Aguinaldo. Inagaw ng mga sumusunod na mga administrator, lalo na itong mga naging gobyerno dito sa Cavite, masyadong mapusok. Ang mga taga-Cabiting mahihirap, pinabayaan na nila. Pero sila yumamanday sa nakipag-connive sa mga dayuhan at nilalakad ang mga lupang pagbalagyan ng titulo sa Supreme Court, sa LRA, sa RD, sa LRC ng mga peking dokumento. Yan ang nangyari sa atin. Katangahan na tunan niya. Heal the world. Ngayon po, nandito na ang case. Dito lang tangi sa buong mundo. 229 countries. Hinahanap sa bilang Quran, King of Recognized Asset Nation. Walang iba. Highness, Royal Blood, Majesty, King Tiborcio Villamor Marcos Talano Taggan Deport. Origin from Alhambra, Spain. Ang kanyang mother from England. Okay, pakinggan natin ang kanyang sasabihin. Pwede ka na magsalita, kamahalan.
Magandang hapon po sa lahat. Napakaganda po ngayon ang gusto kong sasabihin sa inyo. Dahil, at bago sa lahat, ito pong inyong kapatid, anak o ama, Tiborcio Villamor Marcos, Italiano Tagyan IV. Bagkus, nandito po ako dahil nandito rin ang isa sa mga pamilya natin na ngayon ko siguro i-reveal kasi ang tunay na naipangalan sa kanya, ang pangalan talaga niya na talagang na-bless na sa Alpha Omega World Peace Community Development Marshall Program. Gusto kong tawagin ang aking isa sa mga kapamilya natin. Ang pangalan po ay Marcos Ulpius Aurelius. Bagkos, may Marcos na naman. Italiano Tagyan II. Halika dito. Kasi ipakilala kita.
Yun ang mga pangalan ng kingdom ng Maharlikan Operian. Sa ilalim po sa pamumuno ni King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan. Deport.
Ayan.
Maraming salamat.
Kaya tinawag ko siya, meron pating nagawa na talagang sing-sing na ng Alpha Omega World Peace Community Development Program na intended para sa kanya. Na may insignia na UMT, ibig sabihin, Ulpius Marcos Taliano Tagyan II. Ibibigay ko po itong sing-sing sa kanya.
Maraming salamat, kamahalan, sapagkat binigyan mo siya ng karapatan. Hindi na ako mahirapan. May kasama na akong magtatagumpay kami sa aming layunin sa pamimigay ng lupa, pera, sa lahat ng walang bahay. Bibigyan na natin sila. Basta iupo natin siya pagkatapos ng investiture, piging o sa ating koronasyon. Magsalita na ang kanyang binigyan ng malaking karangalan. Walang iba. All Pios, Trajanos, Marcos.
Talaga namang nagkakagulat ito, Chairman. Dahil supposedly sa atin lang muna sana yan. Dahil delikado tayo, baka ako mismo titirahin na naman. Dahil Italiano rin pala ito.
Malaking responsibilidad.
Anyways, ano ito, napakalaking, hindi natin masasabing karangalan or whatever dahil this is beyond my imagination. Yung kinanta natin kahapon na impossible dream, talagang yun na yun eh. Impossible dream. At saka, ito ngayon, kasama natin yung hari. So masasabi ko naman, this is not just only a name, but it is the responsibility to all the people of the world. Dahil pangalang Taliano, napakabigat yan. Yun ang talagang may hawak. Imagine Taliano. Tinaguri ang King of Recognized Asset Nations. So, kung dala mong pangalan na ito, napakahirap. At saka napakabigat na responsibility. So, basta, ako, anong mangyari, nandyan ka naman eh. You have to protect your yung mga tauhan mo.
Palagay
Ganyan lang
ko,
naman tayo.
may price yung pangalan na yan.
Yan na nga eh. Yan na nga. Napakabigat yan.
Sobra na responsibilidad
Oo,
yan.
oo. So, ano pa bang magawa natin? So, ganito na yun. We have to gagampanan na talaga natin ito. Saka, sana, nandito naman yung ano natin, doktor natin. Whatever eventualities, anong mangyayari?
Hindi sana. Hindi sana. Andito.
Talaga.
Andito.
Oo.
Pag nagpe-pray tayo, hindi tayo pwedeng pababayaan
Mm.
ng ating may likha ng langit at lupa. Hindi tayo pwede pababayaan ng mga ilin na yan.
Mm.
Hindi tayo pababayaan ng Beringan City. Tandaan natin yan. Ang obligasyon ay obligasyon. Ang assignment ay assignment tanggapin. Kasi kung hindi tinanggap ni Noah ang kanyang assignment, wala tayo ngayon. Tama ba?
Siguro nga pare.
Kung hindi rin tinanggap ni Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan Deport, 1 taon pa lang siya, 1949, anong malay na siya ay italaga ng banal na espiritu para ipamana niya mula sa Bangko Espanyol, ginawa ang Central Bank ng Quezon City at pinunduhan ng 400,000 metric ton ng ginto para i-back up. At gayon din, pinunduhan ng 300 dodikalyon na pera para ayusin. Pero ngayon, anong ginawa? Yan, wala na yan. So ngayon, nandito, bangon tayo muli. Ibangon ang katotohanan. Yan ang ating gagawin.
So, anyway, Doc, nandito na naman tayo. We have to, lubus-lubusin na natin. Dahil today, mayroon din revelation na sasabihin si chairman sa atin. Itong hawak niya na supposedly...
siguro, napaka-importante ito. Dahil ang hawak ko ngayon, makita niyo,
Gagilak-gilak.
yan ay core of arm o badge
Yes.
ng isang Templar.
Templar.
Ngayon, ang hawak ko ngayon, pare, ito ang badge ni Presidente Rodrigo Roa Duterte that has been assigned to him. Siguro, pag makita ninyo, ito po,
Ayan.
tignan niyo yung numero
Code.
nung badge na ito. Na he's one of us na Templar.
Sa atin.
Para kay President Rodrigo Duterte.
Code number, DIO30.
Yan. Dio Duterte. Dio
Duterte.
Duterte.
Yun ang code talaga niya.
Dio Duterte. Yan
Sa
ang kanyang
bureau.
code.
Oo.
Alpha Omega. At nakalagay dito, ano ba yun na? Member of the International Security Council. United Nation. Malaki ang...
Bagos, pare, ito ang shield. Tayo lang makakaprotekta sa kanya na hindi siya makakasuhan
Tama.
sa buong mundo. In short, tayo lang. Ha?
Oo.
Kasi kasama natin siya na
Hanapin na lang.
Templar. And ito, Brother Digong, you are one of us. And this is your shield. Dio 30. Dio
30.
30.
Duterte. Ito ang seal niya sa kanyang sarili. Pakiayos mo. Yan, pakita mo. Kasi ibibigay natin sa kanya yan. I-award natin sa kanya. Yan. Lapit mo. Ayan.
Yan,
Sabi na.
Brother Digong.
Ayan, lapit mo.
You are one of us. You are one of the Grand Templar.
Yan ang magpoprotect sa kanya para wala siyang kaso, wala siyang problemahin sa International Court of Justice, International Criminal Court. Ligtas na ligtas ka, safety ka dyan. Yan.
So nandito kami, brother, at tagurian ka na ikaw daw ang sunog, fire, lalo na sa spiritual familia natin. Itong brother mo, tubig. Kaya nandito ako para sa iyo.
Maraming salamat sa ating ginawa ngayon na pag-award at pagbigay ng malaking atensyon kay Mr. Excellent Rodrigo Duterte, Administrator and President ng ating bansa. Ilang buwan na lang matatapos ng kanyang term. Ito ang desisyon ng banal na espiritu sa pamagitan ni Tiborcio Villamor Marcos Talano Tagyan Deport bibigyan namin kayo ng protection para ikaw naman ay mabuhay, magkaroon pa ng extension. Nasa edad mo, magkiedad ka lang ng 300 years, di na masama. Di ba? O, ganyan kami rito. Dahil ang Tamayos Agro BG Product Distribution Corporation ay isa ito sa mga iniinom nyo sa pamamagitan ni Ambassador Gunit Gion ng United Nations nakabis sa London. At pare-pareho naman kayo nakatira at nakikita naman sila ni Mr. Gunit Gion, the Ambassador, sila ni First Lady Hanilit, at yan din po sa ilan sa mga kasamahan ninyo. Yan sa Ritz Tower. Kaya maraming salamat po at ito'y ipaparating natin kay Excellent Rodrigo Duterte, Administrative and President, the Republic of the Philippines. Thank you so much.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Ito yung mga format ng Alpha Omega World Peace Development King of Recognized Associated Nations for Hong Kong Shanghai Incorporated. SIC number is, ito nakarehistro sa SAC, and National People Initiative Council Incorporated. Ito po yung maglalagay sa kanya sa Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, up to the Malacanang Palace at the Central Bank of the Philippines. 110 million Pilipino-Pilipina mahalilikang offer yan. Hindi ba kayo makakagawa ng paraan? Yan. Iilan lang ang mga taong nagpapayaman sa inyo. Nalamangan na kayo, hindi nyo pa naramdaman. Yan po, nakakalungkot man. Kasi lahat ngayon ng mga nasa karsada, tandaan nyo, uulitin ko na naman uli sa inyo. Uulitin ko na naman uli sa inyo ito. Itong ating gagawin. Alam nyo ba, mga guys, mga nakikinig ngayong hapon, ulitin ko na naman. Ayan. Hawakan mo. Ito, guys. Tingnan nyo. Pakisuyo nga, pakireflect. Pakireflect ka mo. Ayan. Tandaan nyo guys, lahat ng kandidato ngayon ng presidente, senador, congressman, at mayors, ipagpatuloy nila ang COVID at hindi nila titigilan sapagkat napakalaking pera ang awa-awa din naman na itutulong sa mga Pilipino-Pilipina. Diyan pa lang sa date na yan, October 5, 2021, 638 billion, 48 million. Isa lang yan sa mga debt mula noong 2020, March 17. At almost nasa 3 trillion na, almost sumobra pa. Yan guys, ang sasabihin ko sa inyo. At yan, hindi talaga sila titigil dahil nandyan ang pera nakalublob. At ito, ang mga mayors sa buong Pilipinas, nakaka-withdraw o nakakahiram o nakakakuha sila ng pera sa ating account sa World Bank Infinite Account. Lahat ng mayor, narilisan sila ng 1 trillion 100. Baba mo konti, pambihira ka naman. Di mo ba nakikita sa monitor? Ayan. Narilisan ng 1 trillion 137 billion 363 million and 212,000. Nakakalungkot man, pero mga mayor, walang naitutulong na marami sa mga mahirap sa kanilang mga nasasakupan. Even ang kapitan. Nakakalungkot man. Uulitin pa ba natin sa Duterte administration na yan ay tayo naman ay pahirapan another 6 years? Nakakalungkot man, pero ito sasabihin ko na sa inyo. Ang judiciary, ang ating Supreme Court, lahat ng korte, basta patungkol sa judicial, narilisan ng 119 billion 927 million 904,000. Budget mula sa World Bank. Sa ating pera yan. sa ating backup na gold dyan na binack-up mula 1934 hanggang 2005-2010. Napakasarap ang negosyo ng mga naging administrator. Kaya maski mahirap at delikado ang pagkandidato, gusto nila yan kasi madali ang pera dyan. At hindi naman natutulungan ang mga tao sa ating bayan. Ayan ang totoo. Release yan. At ito pa, ang pinakamabigat. Ayan, World Bank, narilisan ang edukasyon. Ang edukasyon natin, guys, narilisan ng magkano ang narirelease sa kanila? 2,626,596,640,000. Yan, guys, ang katotohanan. Nandyan lahat yan. Even ang kanilang hugpong pagbabago, narilisan ng 523 billion. Isang pizza lang yun. Mas marami pang pizza silang nakuha. Anong naitutulong nila nun? Wala. O, diba? So, ito pa ang pinakamabigat sa lahat. Ginamit ang ahensya ng Republic of the Philippine Association Institution. Walang iba kundi ang DSWD. Isang pizza lang yan, guys. Narilisan sila. 5,787,363,10,400 pesos. Isang pizza lang yan. May 31. Sunday pa. Tinago-tago pang date. Saan kayo ilalagay yan? Hindi lang yan ang release, guys. Ito pa. Development loan. Lahat ng pakarsada o kaya yung mga project natin sa agricultural para makapagtanim ang mga tao, narilisan ng 5,326,080,000,000 ang narilis. Ayan, isang pizza lang yan. Guys, andyan lahat yan. Saan na ang simpatya? Saan na ang inyong konsensya? At itong pinaka mabigat sa lahat. Yan. Itong ating Meralco. Ang laki ng nare-release sa ating budget ang Meralco. Narilisan tayo ng taon-taon 18,279,618,081 peso in 80 centavos. Ayan talagang ano yan. Legit yan. Galing sa pundo ng pera ninyo natin sa ginto na binack up na ngayon sila lang nakakuha. Hindi naman tayo tinutulungan. Nadili ka lang konti sa Meralco, putol na agad. Yan guys, ang aking sinasuggest sa inyo. Okay, sino pa ang gusto nito? Papadala po natin sa ating, PN nyo lang ang inyong mga messenger. Padala po natin yan. Diyan kayo piperma. Diyan kayo piperma. Padala nyo dito every 5,000 na napermahan nyo dyan. Ayan. Pwede ninyong ipasirox yan para magkaroon tayo. O, misis na lang kayo para i-send namin sa inyo, ipasirox nyo. Maraming salamat guys, nanatili ang 83 na mga nanood ngayong hapon. Saan man kayo naroon. Maraming salamat.